Nice. All right, because you all are going to have the opportunity to stir the soup your way. Now, we're going to deal with three colors. One is yellow, so when I say yellow is you say yummy. Yellow is? Yummy. Yellow is? Yummy. So what movement should we do for yummy? Rub our bellies? Okay, I like it. Now the second color is green. When I say green is, you say great. Green is? Great. Green is? Great. What movement should we do for great? Fist in the air? Great. I like it. Last one, red. When I say red really, you say rocks. Red really? Rocks. Red really? Rocks. So what movement should we do for rocks? Really rocks. Strong the guitar. I see the guitar move. I see some people down the fist. Well, I'll let you all interpret that movement and do your own selective movement, okay? For red really rocks. Here we go. Let's learn this one. Let's go. What is it called when you do a horn? Nugget. Build it out in your hand. It's smaller. Are you ready? Throw it in the pot. And throw it in the pot. And start the soup with your legs. Use your legs. When I say greenies, you say great. Greenies. Great. Greenies. Great. Greenies. Great. Greenies. Great. Big chops. Right arms up and down. Chop side to side. Small chop at the elbow. Up and down. Get the wrist. Nice. Here we go. Throw it in the pot. Stir the soup with your whole body. When I say regularly, you say rock. Regularly. Rock. Regularly. Rock. When I say regularly, you say rock. Rock. What did he say? I love it. All right. Now it's your turn, okay? Obviously, I can't remix on the fly, so it's your turn to do it. So here's what you're going to do. Once again, with your group, you're going to select a fruit or vegetable of any color, a preparation skill for that food, in a movement, whether it's MVPA, which is modern vigorous physical activity, or cross the midline, okay? So, for example, just pick your red cherries, and I'm going to be hopping as I do that. All right? So, 4 words. Fruit or vegetable, color, preparation skill, in a movement. Work together with your teams and come up with your lyric now. Go. Pick your red, same rhythm of the song. Stay with the same rhythm. you all choose? Strawberries. What color are strawberries? Red. On the count of 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Nice, pick your red strawberries, and they're crossing the midline. Well, let's give this group some attention back here that's sitting in the fourth section. All right. What fruit of vegetables did you all choose? Yes, I brought what fruit of vegetables did you all choose? Green apples. On the count of 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Man, you got slices over there. Okay, there you go. I see your slice motion. Good job. All right, this group right here. What fruit of vegetable did you all choose? Grapes. What color are your grapes? Green. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
Pick your green grapes. Now squash. Squash.
Kiwi, what color are kiwis? On the inside or outside? Inside. What color is on the outside? Alright, so there are 2 colors? Wow, okay, we'll focus on one. Here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
Your green kiwi.
Nice. How about that? Okay, I like it. Good job on the first. Here we go. What fruit vegetable? Plum. Alright, on the count of 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Pick your purple plums.
Nice. Pick your purple plums. Let's go with this group right here on the back row. What fruit vegetable did you all choose? We got 2 different groups? Okay, great.
Escoge tus bananas amarillas. Revuelve, revuelve, revuelve.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Nice. Yeah.
This swing set was working at its optimal level, and it wasn't being held back by these shrubs and these weeds here. But think about your life. Think like, man, if only I can get this, if only I can do that, if only I can break free from this, I can do that. Right? So all that potential is there. So what we're saying is, opportunity is not for you all as champions, okay? And staff wellness is very, very important, so we pay attention to and focus on. Because you all have to understand, you're not only impacting these children's present lives, you're also impacting their futures. Why? Because their experiences they have with you now, they're going to carry on into their future. I still remember my head start teacher's name, and what she looked like. Her name was Mrs. Naraku. She was about a 5'8", 5'9" Nigerian lady, very light, fair skin. This was in the late 80s, so the hairstyle that she wore all the time, where it was flat with a big curl at the bottom, right? And she wore a lot of silk shirts. So I remember all these details. I remember Miss Rosa, who was the lunch lady that would come in with the tray and choose a different child each time to bring in the lunch with the milk, right? These are memories that your children are going to carry with them. So be mindful of the memories you're creating with your children, whether good or bad, okay? Now, we also understand that you all do a lot. You wear multiple hats. You all are special combinations of nurturers, leaders, you're influencers, and you're also champions leading the changes in policies and practices. You all are cultivating these environments, allowing your children to thrive and have success and create healthy lifestyles. So we know you have a lot on your plate, and we honor everything that you all do because you all are very, very special. And without you, none of this would work. Right? Our children will be missing out on valuable opportunities to learn from you and engage with you. So that's why we always take time to focus on self-care. But imagine if you shifted your mindset and you just said, you know what, I'm going to focus on pouring into me, nurturing myself. So imagine if I was pouring water into this bottle, what would happen? Would it fill up? Yeah. And what would happen if I continued to pour inside of this bottle? It overflows. So imagine if you pour into yourself love, happiness, joy, true joy, right? Because happiness is fickle, it can shift, but true joy is eternal. So imagine if you focus on building on your joy and nurturing yourself, and now every person you come in contact with, you're drinking from your overflow. You're no longer stealing from yourself. You do not have to neglect yourself in order to take care of others. You take care of yourself so you can take care of others. Who here really wants the best for their children and the family? Perfect. You're going to prove it by how well you're willing to take care of yourselves moving forward. If you really want the best for your children, you're going to make better efforts moving forward from today with taking care of yourself, whether it's through nutrition, physical activity, reducing stress in your life. You're going to focus on those things, okay, to improve your quality of life. And that's what you all are going to do as champions.
I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with her, but this is Rita Pearson. She was a wonderful and powerful educator. She has a very popular TED Talk titled Every Child Needs a Champion. So let's hear from the champion of champions herself, Ms. Rita Pearson.
We know why kids don't learn. It's either poverty, low attendance, negative peer influences. We know why. But one of the things that we never discuss, or we rarely discuss, is the value and importance of human connection. Relationships. James Comey. How excited I was.
Yes, she said during the hokey pokey at her kindergarten graduation, she said, I remember vividly how excited I was, and it's awesome. And here's the thing, even for those of you who did not share your song example, just you starting to think about it, if you can see your face right now, your face has softened up, it's relaxed. Some of you are cracking more smiles as you think about those memories associated with those songs. So once again, we all benefit from music. And here's a challenge for you also as you do your staff wellness, self-care, is go back and create a playlist of some of those older songs that you used to love and listen to those on repeat at different times. If you're in a high stressful situation, right, and you need to relax, play some of your olden music that you used to love.
Everyone say neurons. So neurons are what sends the message from one part of the brain to another part of the brain, or from the brain to another part of the body. Now everyone say axons. So this is the long extension cord, okay? It sends the information on to the next neuron. Now axons can reach up to 3 feet in length inside of our bodies, okay? So they can get pretty long. Now, everyone say dendrites. This is the Greek word meaning tree. Those are the branch-like extensions, okay? So they actually don't touch. There's a little space in between called the synapse. Everyone say synapse. So in the synapse, and there are areas where they chat using those chemical signals, okay? Now, let's go through that in a little bit of a different way. Put your arm up like this, bend your wrist, lift your fingers. These are your branch-like extensions. Begin with the letter D. What are they called? Dendrites. This is your long extension cord. Starts with the letter A. What is it called? Take another set of dendrites, place it under here. Remember, they don't touch. There's a little gap in between them. What is that called? The synapse. Perfect, right? So this is what our neurons look like essentially, right? We used to do an activity with this where we would chat and network. So we'd be doing it to like a Thriller song, right? Having some fun with that. So you can use music in a variety of ways. Now, everyone say myelin. So myelin sheath is the fatty substance that coats those nerve pathways that allows for faster transmission, faster communication between our brain and our different body parts. Now, have you ever had a situation where your electronics were plugged into the wall, you knew your electricity was on, sometimes your electronics would work, sometimes it wouldn't. What do we normally say? There's a what in the cord? There's a short somewhere, right? The same thing happens inside of our bodies when there's a breakdown of this myelin sheath. You heard of the disease multiple sclerosis, That's when it's a breakdown of myelin sheath. So sometimes the message makes it to my fingers to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. But if there's a breakdown of the myelin sheath, sometimes it shorts out along the way and my fingers never receive the message. Okay? So through our nutritional diet and our physical activity, we can supply our body with what it needs to develop and create myelin sheath and coat those neural pathways. Sometimes like omega-3s, right, some of those fatty substances that we need to eat will provide the building blocks for this myelin sheath. And also, repetition. Repetition, 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 repetition. Practicing something over and over again allows us to change and allows your children to go from those jerky, uncoordinated movements to those smooth movements over time because their brain is having practice telling their bodies what to do, okay? And that's what we want for our children. Now, everyone say corpus callosum. So this is the tissue that divides the two sides of the brain. We know the right half of the brain controls which side of the body. The left side of the brain controls which side of the body. So when we're using both sides of our bodies, we're actually building both sides of our brains. We want to be intentional with our verbal cues to tell the children to cross those midlines, whether they're using scarves or ropes, they're drawing letters or numbers in the air. Our verbal cues should have them crossing various midlines, okay? Now, you heard me say midlines a couple of times. How many midlines do you all think we have? Think between 1 and 5, okay? And raise your hand when I say the number that you're guessing. Raise your hand if you think we have 1 midline on our bodies. Okay, hands down. Raise your hand if you think we have 2. Okay, hands down. Raise your hand if you think we have 3. Okay, hands down. Raise your hand if you think we have 4. Okay, hands down. Raise your hand if you think we have 5. Okay, last one. Raise your hand if you're not going to raise your hand for a number. And some of you all did not vote at all. I can see you, all right? We're not on Zoom anymore with the screen. We're in person. All right? So if you guessed 3, you are correct. All right? So we have 3 midlines on our bodies. Draw the first line down the center of your body. See, this will separate you left to right. Remember this song? Put your right hand in, take your right hand out, put your right hand in, and you shake it all about the hokey pokey, right? Remember we used to do the hokey pokey on roller skates at the skating rink back in the day, right? And when you were doing the hokey pokey, were you thinking about building your brain? No, right? You were having fun, trying to look cool, and trying not to be the one person that failed, right? That's what we were concentrating on. But each time, you were crossing that midline. Now draw the second midline at your waist. See, this will separate you from top to bottom. Remember this song? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. So anytime we're going up and down with our bodies, our arms, or our legs, we're crossing that second midline. Third midline, draw a line down the side of your body. See, this will separate you from front to back. Shake your hands in front of you, shake your hands behind you. So anytime you're moving forward or backwards with your arms, your legs, or your bodies, you're now crossing that third midline. So it's important that we give our children verbal cues to cross all 3 of those midlines. And remember, right, everything we do is in one or multiple of these planes, crossing left to right, top to bottom, or front to back. This is something that we know. We just want you all to be more intentional about it and develop these networks with your children. And of course, let's have some fun with some simple brain challenges right now.
All you had to do was look at me and do what I was doing. Why couldn't you get it? I gave you all the perfect example. Have you ever heard of educators say that to the children? Like, I'm showing you what to do. All you have to do is look at my example. Why can't you get this? And that is a problematic question. Why? Because on the surface we're saying, why can't you get this? But underneath the surface, social emotionally, that child is thinking, what's wrong with you? And here's the reality, there's nothing wrong with our child in that instance. But everything is wrong with my teaching method. Why? Because I'm using demonstrations only. Demonstrations are not enough. We need to give our children verbal cues so they can take those verbal cues and be the boss of their own body. So now their brain can tell their bodies what to do. That's what we want. That's what our children need, okay? They need to be the boss of their bodies and give them those verbal cues, okay? Plus, keep in mind, you've been walking, talking, jumping, skipping, running, doing all these things for many years. But everything you're teaching your children are brand new to them, right? So keep that in mind. Now, in this example, did you feel a little uneasy? Felt a little nervous, a little anxious? Did you feel a little embarrassed? Like, I'm only moving 4 fingers and I can't move them in coordination, all right? But that's what our children feel each time we bring something new to them and they're struggling with it. They feel a little uneasy because the child's self-concept is based on what they think they can or think they cannot do with their bodies. Not actually what they can do, but what they think they can do. Okay, so it's important that our children experience more success and failures because they build that feeling of competence, which is I can do it, that leads to that feeling of confidence. And that's what we want our children to maintain, that type of mentality. So keep in mind, repetition. As she said, I've been practicing. Yes, I have. I've been doing this for 14 years. But when I first started, every finger popped out when I tried to do this example, okay? I was throwing up all kinds of hand signs trying to figure it out. But over time, I got it from repetition. Also, I could have extended the learning. I went to the difficult level first. But imagine if I made it gross motor movement working towards the fine motor movement, right? Which is what we want to do because we develop from the top down, from the center out. So gross motor comes before fine motor. So imagine if it would have been like this. And I added verbal cues. Hey you, good job. 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 And I took you out through the full process. Each of you would have gotten it simply. But I didn't. I just went to the final stage. Right? But that's what we want to do with our children. Start with the big movements, right? And then over time, after we process, and now we're finally here.
Okay? So that's what we want to do with our children. Take them through the process, give them the opportunities for repetition, 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 okay? Now, the brain has a very specialized ability to adapt to these experiences, and our brains are going to adapt whether they positive or negative experiences, okay? Or if we have a lack of experiences, our brain is going to adapt. Now, our brain also has the lifelong ability to reorganize and maintain neural pathways, also create neural pathways. So, if our brain has this lifelong ability, is this statement true or not? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. It's a false statement. But how many of us have been living by that statement? We might not call ourselves an old dog, but we might say, I'm too old to learn how to do this. I'm too this to learn how to do that, right? Whatever we say, I'm too this to learn how to do that, we're just saying you can't teach an old dog new tricks, or you're telling yourself it's too late for you, or you're essentially just lying to yourself, right? You're telling yourself something not true. Because as long as you're still alive, you have the capability and the ability to learn something new. Of course, it may take you longer now at this stage in life than it would have 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago to learn whatever task it is. Also, sometimes we think I don't have enough energy or I don't have enough time. Well, remember, if you want more energy, then use the energy you have, right? The more you're engaged, the more stamina you're going to develop. Okay, a simple way to do that is maybe instead of finding the closest parking spot at the building, maybe you park a little further away and take those extra steps. That's one simple way you can increase your heart rate and develop your stamina. All right, of course you need to have some water because we are in Texas and it's summertime, right? It gets really hot. So you just want to be mindful and find little creative ways to do those wonderful things for yourself. And then as far as time, all right, think about if we were to look at the learning domains from, science and discovery, math and all kinds of those learning domains, we would have hit criteria for every single one of them in the short amount of time that we've had together today. And not once did we sit here and singularly focus on any one of those in particular. Right? We've just been focused on using music, having transitions, engaging with one another, and we're able to hit all the criteria from these learning domains. So people from the outside looking in, they may think happy, busy, play, but to those of us who are alert and aware of what we're doing, we know we're hitting criteria from here, 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 here on all these learning domains in a short amount of time. So now you can share that with the families on this is what we're working on, this is what we're building, right? And it helps you. And if anyone is, many educators are utilizing the class materials and the observations and things like that. So this stuff helps you with classroom organization, right, as well as some of the other tasks that you are getting observed for. All right. Now, healthy children, healthy people, healthy lives are developed by choice, not by chance. Okay, it's not just random that a person is healthy. You have to make choices and put effort and be consistent in order to develop these healthy lifestyles, okay? That is something that we all can do, regardless of where you're starting from today. If you make different choices, moving forward, you can improve your quality of health from what you eat to what you drink and the physical activities. That can set you on a different trajectory and improve your own personal health. Now, tell your neighbor, be who you were. Right, we were designed to be healthy. We were designed to be a part of the community. And understand, whether you play a large role or a small role, like you see here on the screen, your role matters. If you're negative, your negativity can rub off on the next person, and the next person, and the next person, and now you've affected the entire environment. But if you're positive, your positivity can rub off on the next person, and the next person, and now you've cultivated an environment of positivity. So whether you're positive or negative, you make that choice for you. And what you do, it will rub off on others. Right, and we thrive in community, right? We used to hear always, it takes a village to raise a child, right? So let's create this sense of a village and a camaraderie in our community, right? And focus on having unity within our community, right? And here's the thing, as healthy role models, it's important to understand staff who feel better about themselves are more likely to be positive, healthy role models. So you get to determine what type of staff and what type of educator you're going to be. We can all remember at the end of the school year getting our assignments for who's going to be our homeroom teacher for the next year. And if y'all were like me, there would be times you were praying, like, please don't let me get Miss Singleton's class, right? Whoever it was, because you knew that person was not a happy person. Right? So you want to be the educator that children desire to get to your homeroom or your classroom and spend time with you. You want to be the educator where if that child has younger siblings, they're telling their younger siblings, you better hope you get Miss Johnson's class
right? That's the educator you have the opportunity to be, and that's what we want for you. Because remember, our children inherit more than our genes. They're inheriting our lifestyle. And the lifestyles they're inheriting now are different than the ones we inherited. We all grew up in different parts of the city, the country, sometimes the world, but did you all have a similar rule like I did, where you can go outside and play after school, but you had to be inside before what came on? The street lights, right? Our parents don't know each other, but we all had a similar rule because that was part of the community, right? Nowadays, many children are not outside. They're on tablets, gaming systems, right? We used to know where everyone was because all the bicycles would be in the front yard outside. Right? That's not the same today. Lifestyles have changed. So it's important that we are mindful about that and what we're role modeling to our children. Because remember, your children will say and do what they see in you. Understand, you're not being selfish by focusing on yourself. You are just as important as any task, responsibility, or any other priorities you have. Because keep in mind, if you're at home sick, you're away from your children, and they're missing out on valuable opportunities to learn with you, engage with you, and create these precious memories they're going to carry with them throughout their lifetimes, okay? Now, the activity guidelines are very, very simple. Move more, sit less. Some physical activity is better than none. If you only have 10 minutes a day, use it. If you only have 5 minutes, use it. If you only have the 30 seconds on the commercial break while you're watching your favorite show, use it. Whether you're stretching or moving, engaging in physical activity. And understand, when we say physical activity, we're not saying go to the gym and get a membership. You absolutely could if you chose to. But what we're saying, physical activity, find creative ways to elevate your heart rate. Typically, when we're washing dishes at home, we just have our arms moving. But imagine if we have music in the background, and now I have my feet tapping and moving while I do my simple household chores, and now I'm finding creative ways to elevate my heart rate. That's what we're encouraging you to do at home, but also while you're at the centers with your children. Elevate your heart rates. Take care of yourselves. Lead the charge, like you see Chuzi doing here on the screen. You all are the champions. You are the leaders for your families, your children that you serve, in your communities. So lead those charges and understand this too. Moving is medicine. Imagine your body is a pharmacy, right? Our body is a beautiful system that has all types